It's a pleasure to continue the story of Kamilah and the Miracle Filly with Angela Alioto. This is part 2, The Miracle and the Mission. If you missed part 1, I encourage you to go back and listen. But this conversation also stands beautifully on its own. Angela, thank you for being with us again. Since Kamilah's story was first shared on Crave, so much has happened. What changed after the first interview?
Well, first of all, we have Joe Mantegna, who is incredible. As you know, he's a famous actor, Criminal Minds, and many more for many years. So Joe Mantegna fell in love with Kamilah, and he narrated her documentary that, by the way, is winning awards all over the world. This weekend, we just won the award in Dubai. And we also won the award in Windsor, the Royal Family's Film Festival. She's won about 12 awards in 12 different film festivals. She's won in, it's interesting. Some are about science, which is the operation. Others are about faith, which is, we have a couple of faith for Christian awards. We have awards for the Arabian horse. You know, as you know, Kamilah, this year, 2025, is on the cover. She's so beautiful. Yeah. She's so beautiful. She's on the cover of the Arabian Horse World. And who would have ever expected what we went through, what you saw in the trailer? Who would have ever expected that little baby would be all over the world 3 years later on the cover of an international Arabian Horse World calendar? So she is on the cover, and she's also for the month of March. So she's been, of course, on everybody's house, office, and stable, especially stables all over the world. A lot of people are cutting off the bottom of the month to keep her the horse of the month. She's just a miracle, and she's so gorgeous. We just took pictures last week of her 3rd birthday with her mother. Fantasy pictures of 2 gorgeous purebred Arabians. You would never, ever know this little girl went through what she went through, ever. So much has happened. Something happens almost every day with Kamilah. We have the book, the biography. We have the children's book. And we have starting a little merchandise. So, because the goal is to spread the message.
How did Kamilah and the Miracle Filly come to life as a documentary?
I called my friend Chris Salvador one day. Chris Salvador did all of the documentaries on the Portiuncula, the little chapel that I built. He also did all of the documentaries on the Piazza St. Francis the Poets Plaza, which is a piazza that we were doing in front of the Portiuncula, right here in the heart of San Francisco, North Beach, Columbus, and Vallejo. So Chris and I are very good friends, and I just love him. So I asked him, I called him, I was driving home. I was driving to Sonoma from San Francisco. And I called him. I said, Chris, listen, the story of this little filly is incredible. People from all over the world come to visit her. They bring her gifts. They cry when they see her. They smile. She brings such great joy. I really think should be a documentary. He agreed with me, and he got right on it. He brought his team from South Bend, Indiana, and it's a new group media. And they came out and they started filming in, I think, February of 2023, and then June of 2023. Then it came out last June of 2024. We had a packed house. Then it goes on to the film festival route, and that's where it is right now. But it also is being shown to Netflix, Angel Studios, BBC, all of the streaming networks are viewing it now to see if they will accept it. And I think that will be a great day when finally gets into worldwide distribution. I'm not a distributor. I'm a civil rights trial lawyer. This is all new to me. But Kamilah gives me the energy to get something done that I would never know how to do in a million years. But I'm doing it. So,
Hey, look at the way that you talked about
well, it's
her.
all
It's
about
like
Kamilah.
I know, it's all about Kamilah.
Kamilah is just, she's my inspiration.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, the film has already received so many different awards. What does this recognition means to you personally, and what do you think it means for Kamilah's story?
Well, for me personally, I am very appreciative of the fact that people want to hear about miracles. They want to hear about, hope and courage. And I'm just very appreciative that they recognize the profound impact this little filly has on people. I mean, profound. And it's being recognized all over the world in all these film festivals. I mean, even, some of the, for example, Netflix, when they viewed it, they haven't made a definite decision. We don't know, many of the stations, but they write back and they say, this is such an incredible story. We didn't know about this story. The film festival in even Delaware, right? In Florida. And they write back and go, wow, we just can't believe this story. Because it's never happened in history of our civilization. So if you think about that for a second, the horse was the only way we got around. The horse is part of civilization. I mean, all animals are wonderful, but the horse we depended on, completely depended on.
So true.
Even to travel, even to communicate, even for the creation of a larger human race, a larger. So to say that this is something that's never happened before, and have strangers tell me, film festival people, in Dubai and Cairo and Florida, it's like, and of course here in San Francisco won 5 awards. It's fantastic because they understand the profound message of faith.
Yeah, and also I love because the science really blend with the spirituality. It's like really blend.
It really did. And the doctors are so funny because I rubbed the oil of Madonna of Loreto, the Madonna of Loreto oil that I had in my pocket for many years. I took it out of my pocket and I was rubbing on her legs, begging the Madonna, please make her legs move, because she was paralyzed. And her leg jumped up. And the doctor said, what did you do? What did you do? I said, I'm rubbing the oil of the Madonna of Loreto. And they're looking at me like, this lady's crazy, right? And one of the other little students, because UC Davis is an educational, unbelievable school, unbelievable. One of the students said, oh, I think it was the fly that was on her leg. The fly made her move. I said, the fly, the oil, you believe anything you want to believe, but she just moved. And then from there, the next day, both legs were moving. Then 3 days later, they were moving the legs up and down. Within a week, they had her in a sling. And they didn't make slings for horses, right? Because this has never happened before. So it was a sling for a goat, a sling for an alpaca. It wasn't a sling for a little horse. So at any rate, what UC Davis did was absolutely incredible. And some of the doctors will say, okay, it's Angela's oil for the Madonna Loreto. These are major surgeon animals. Right. These are major doctors. They're just saying, whatever it was, it's never happened before, and we are very thankful it's happened.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, can you take us a little bit back? What happened to Kamilah?
Well, The vet came to see Salman, my other horse. He did not come to see Kamilah. She was not on the schedule. Okay. She came running into her little stall with her mother, always with her mother. She was only 5 weeks old. And she came running in because she heard someone new was here. And she had seen him 2 weeks before. And it was not a good situation when he tried to take blood from her, because she's very, very spunky. There's no question, but he didn't handle it well. At any rate, she remembered him. Horses remember you. You cannot see them for 10 years, and they know you, okay? And so, at any rate, she came running in, and she nicked her back left leg. So there was like a teeny, not even an inch, like maybe a half an inch, little drop of red blood, fresh red blood.
Wow.
And he said, let me fix that. And I said, no, it's okay. We'll fix it. Leave it alone because she's too spunky, right? The bottom line is he wrapped it, and then when he pinched her to give her a shot, she went crazy. And I yelled, please stop. I was screaming, stop. And he pinched her again. And on the second pinch, she jumped up. He moved. She fell back and broke her back, and the backbone went into the spinal cord, and she was paralyzed. It's it's hard. It's hard to recall. It's not hard to recall it. I remember it like it's etched in my brain forever, but it's hard to talk about it. I don't even want to say talk about it. It's hard to believe it happened. It's hard to believe it happened. It's just seconds.
But look at her now.
Look at her now. You know, though,
Right.
look at her now. Samantha, she is very much, it's very sweet, but so often it's very sour. She can't run with the other horses. She can't be with the other horses. She can't be ridden. You know how horses roll in the dirt when they itch?
Yeah.
She can't itch. She's got a bump on her back that's very obvious, but she's so ingenious. She created her own way to trot, her own way to canter. She moves her back legs with her front legs and goes very fast, but it's not normal. It's not a normal pace. It's not normal footwork, but she's just a genius with what she does in the arena. And so sometimes it's really sad to see that she wants to do something that she can't do.
Right.
Like she cannot be with the other horses if they were to kick her or something. And she's big. She's just like her mother. She's statuesque, elegant,
So elegant. The color.
Yeah. And she'll be pure white, just like her mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's gray right now. She was born redhead.
Okay.
So
and then
redhead, and then she moved into the brown, and then now we're at the gray stage. And by the time she's 5 or 6, she'll be a redhead. She'll be pure white.
Where do you see the story going next? Is there a mission or vision you would like to carry forward?
The story has a message, and the message is one of believing in miracles. It's a profound faith message. There's no question about it. It's also balanced with the operational, the surgeons, the ability to cure something that was uncurable before. But that's always marvelous, right? When you find a cure, I mean, oh wow! A lot of horses die just with a broken, are euthanized just with a broken leg. So there's that scientific side of it that is very important, and several horses, not to the degree of Kamilah, but several horses have been healed that would have never lived. Because of Kamilah's surgery. So Kamilah's surgery is a first, and it's going worldwide. I know they're studying her documents, her surgical documents in Saudi Arabia and in the Emirates. Right. I know they're studying them, because for a lot of reasons, religion enters that picture too, because they do not euthanize horses. So this is a cure. Yeah. And it's like, wow, that's really incredible. But along with the cure, you can never, ever forget, this is a miracle. Okay, miracles happen, and that's the message. Miracles happen.
Yeah. And also I remember, which is very rare, Kamilah were in the first page on the Corriere della Sera.
That was incredible. That's because of you, Samantha. Come on.
Thank you, Jacopo.
That's
Gori.
because of you and Jacopo. Come on.
No, they
you
loved
too.
the story. It was...
I tell my friends all the time, I could have worked, because don't forget, I built the Portiuncula and was building St. Francis's little chapel in San Francisco, and that was in the newspapers in Italy, right?
Right.
Okay, but to get on the front page of the newspapers in Italy, I could have worked 10 years to do that.
Not only
but you and Jacopo did it overnight.
No, there is a story of Kamilah, but also you were in the first page of the Corriere TV. No,
I'm telling you, the whole thing is, and people want to know what's happened to her.
Right.
I have a lot of my friends in Assisi and other parts of Umbria and around. They all want to know. So what's and Verona? I get letters and emails all the time. But I have to tell you one quick story that's very funny.
Yeah.
It was Good Friday, and all the friars in Italy are my dear friends, where St. Francis was born. Okay, where the original Porziuncola is, and the friar said I came in from Good Friday, and I turned on my computer, and there's Kamilah on the front. He was shocked at the Corriere della Sera, and he was shocked with the video. He was literally. They still talk about it.
No, because also they like Jacopo mentioned, is the story of the humanity.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
Science
Yeah.
and spirituality
Right.
blend.
Right.
The best.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So my final question, beside your work, what is your passion and what keeps you going?
St. Francis of Assisi and Jesus. Yeah, no, my passion is Jesus. I'm on my way to Italy next month. Next year is the 800-year anniversary of St. Francis's death. When I was 15 years old, I used to think, I'm never going to be around in 2026. That's so far away. I'll be an old lady. I won't be around because I have been following St. Francis since I was 15 years old. And so next year's the 800-year anniversary. So next week, and 2 weeks from now, I'm going to Italy. We're going to bring back art. We're going to bring back some relics. And we're going to put the art in the Legion of Honor, working with Dee Dee Woolsey and Tim Campbell of the museums here in the city and county of San Francisco to bring. I'm passionate about St. Francis and our Lord and this anniversary and bringing some medieval art, Cimabue, Giotto. I mean, art that does not travel. Do you know what I mean? So I'm truly passionate about that. But on the other hand, when I walk into my stable, there's a miracle. She's a miracle. I walk in, every day I walk in, and I just stare at her for a few minutes before, and then I snap out of it and I treat her like all the other horses and make her do everything all the other horses do. But she is a miracle. And you have to realize that, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, St. Francis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Our Lady of Loretto. Thank you for that oil. Thank you. So many people have picked up the oil from Our Lady of Loretto at my law firm. I told the friars over at the National Shrine, you need to get the oil and you need to give it out. Because the lawyers at the law firm, they answer the door. They go, "You want what? Yeah, do you have a lawsuit? No, I want the oil of the Madonna of Loretto." But she's a miracle. So when you ask me about my passions are definitely my faith and art, history, medieval to Renaissance, and Arabian horses, and little Kamilah being kind of the gold star.
Angela, thank you for sharing your heart and this incredible journey with us. Kamilah and the Miracle Filly remind us how love, faith, and purpose can truly make a difference.
Thank you.
Thank you.